Welcome back, everybody. Here we go. We're going to jump right into this. Yes, I'm wearing my 4th of July Independence Day hat. I know it's a little bit goofy, but it is comfortable. And hey, I mean, it is the season, right, for such things. I also have my American flag shirt. We're all about this over here. All right, let's hop right into this. So, I have up our lovely comparison chart I showed you in the last video. Also, for anyone watching from YouTube, this is a continuation of the expert of the week, which is me this week, on our Discord. This is video number 4. And we did basically just try to find some stuff to educate the members on and see what we can come up with. It's everything. You know, we got some stocks, we go to macroeconomics, some political stuff that just deals with stocks. Now, I don't mean political like it gets ugly. It just how it affects certain companies and categories. But let's get back to the charts. So I have a few that I found that they're not full penny stocks in a sense. Some would qualify, but I like these because they have good potentials. We'll start with ASST, which is Asset Entities. They are a marketing platform, basically. They actually are the one that manages the Discord, which is what this is going to be posted on, as well as YouTube. But they advertise with Discord, TikTok, other social media platforms, and they had a lovely spike right here, going from less than $1 all the way up to, if you can get it right here, $13 in literally, let's see, it was May of 2025. It was basically flat for a long time, and then it peaked of, let's see, May 1st to May 22nd. It just peaked in those 3 weeks, all the way up, and now it's trickling back down. But the reason why I brought it up isn't because, oh, it peaked, why do we care? Because in the last 3 weeks, we have had a shift, a little bit more parabolic on it. We can see that more in here, where it's kind of slowing down and coming back right here recently, last 3 weeks. Now, granted, I don't know, or 2 weeks, I don't know if it's going to stay parabolic and go back, obviously, but it might be something to look forward to and put on a watch list, being that it's at $3. It's about let's see, right now it's $4 as of close on Thursday, but it's down from 13. It's still a great upside, so it's something to look forward to and see what that can do. Because obviously social media is not going anywhere, marketing is big, and we are just going to keep pushing that more and more forward with AI, that kind of thing. So I would watch that one for sure. Second one I liked a lot of is Bit Digital, and that is the BTBT. Let's go back to the 1 year. Let's take out asset. Pause and go back if you missed it. We're gonna take that one out so the graph looks a bit better. All right, so it didn't change much because we have ASPET here. I'll get to that in a second. So Bit Digital, color scheme of blue. We'll go with the 6 months because it's that orange one screws it up. And the reason why I like this one so much was because we're going to take SBET out. I'll put it back in. It has a low tier here. We dropped down pretty heavily in the last 6 months into the negatives. We're minus 20%. It is only $2. As of Thursday, it was $3, but its lower peak or lower bottom valley here as of end of June was $2. And it is definitely one to watch, I think, because again, we're dealing with AI, we're dealing with crypto, we have a lot going on in politics with crypto. It's got cloud services, it is US based, it's got reward sharing. There's a lot going on with this company that I personally feel like it is undervalued in the sense of its fame out there. No one really talks about Bit Digital, but I really do think it's one to keep track of. It's a little hard to see the chart in here, but if we go out to, let's see, well, of course, so we have a peak up here as everything kind of peaked for the election, right? $4, and then it dropped back down with everything else through April and May to $1.85. And if you look back over here, it's right back up to, well, 305 according to the charts on my phone over here. So we have this really big spike as of this last week, up 45%. Of course, we're talking $4, so that does, it's only $1.50. But that spike caught my attention because that might be the reversal with the big beautiful bill that just got passed, with a whole bunch of things that crypto is being changed. Maybe it's the SEC Ripple case. However it might be, there was a giant spike going from $1.90 to 305 in a little less than a week. Something to keep an eye on. That's my take on it. Bit Digital. All right, let's go over here to this tab. I have them a bit more spread out a little bit because there's one I really like you to look at and make sure we're done. Yeah, Cipher. Okay, yeah. Cipher is another one. So let's go through this. Bit Digital, Clean Spark, Cipher, Griffin, and this one here is actually a platinum. It's not a crypto. It's a platinum and rare earths mining company. And I don't like most mining companies because their overhead is really risky. But this one's got a super sweet deal. Let's cut these out real fast. We talked about that one real quick before we get to the next tab. I think this one should be watched. Uh, we've had the peak like everything else right around the election. We've had a drop down like everything else with Liberation Day and tariff war peak so far, right? Peak back then. We went from $3 up 77% past the zero line, more from the dip, all the way to 8. And if you look at the charts, MACD, volume, VWAP, all that stuff, it still has room and it's doing quite well. Where the peak is, I don't entirely know, of course, and a lot deals with tariffs coming here next week. But this one I do like a lot for a rare earth platinum company. I think it's a really good one to watch. Cipher is a crypto mining storage supply company. That one, again, we've had the drop down at $2. We're up 30 something percent to 6. Actually, it's probably more like 50, no, 100% because that's from zero. Yeah, that's 100% return from its lows. And as you can see, I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. I think Cipher might be a pretty serious one. There is a company, B. Oh man, I forgot what it is. I didn't plan to show you this, but I just realized it might be interesting to see in comparison to Cipher. Let's see where to go. I'm sorry if I can't find it in 10 seconds. I'll stop. BMNR. There it is. BMNR. This one blew my mind. I wasn't going to show you because it is not a penny stock. It is not on. It's not even cheap. It's ridiculous. Look at this. Look at that green line. Huh? This one is literally, it's Bitmine Immersion Technologies. And this was a huge pump based on a private uh, equities firm, I think is what paid into it. They funded this thing like crazy for its crypto mining immersion equipment. There's a few things this thing done. And I just, I don't think anyone saw it coming other than insiders, of course. $4, $5, pretty much flat forever. I mean, it didn't even open for IPO until recently. Can I show it? Yeah. So like, looks like it IPO'd or at least became aware at $6 in June, and then it didn't do too much. It stayed flat for a while. It wasn't like Circle or CoreWeave where it spiked right at IPO. It didn't do anything. It just sat there. In fact, it lost value down to 3.8. It lost 50%. And then out of nowhere, boom, just shot up right here at the end of June from 4 to $135. Are you kidding me? Like 1,600% return in 2 days on a stock? What? So I got looking, this is what peaked Manchester. I saw that and I was like, hold on. Let's look into more very similar to this, and that's why I'm showing you this video. Cypher, Clean Spark, Bit Digital, and Griffin. I like Griffin. I think Griffin might be doing something sweet because we had a downtrend here. And again, Griffin is the same type of thing. I'll read it to you real quick. You can look, obviously you can just Google it yourself if you want to skip ahead. It's right now at $1.29 and it peaked at $1.50 from the lows of less than $1. Literally, it was 75 cents is what I'm showing here. This one says 16, but less than $1 was its average for a good part of last year. And it got worse and worse and worse, of course, getting into December or April from December. And then whammo, it just went out of here. So it's a mining company for Bitcoin. This whole carbon neutral thing. It's US based again, and it has a pretty good upside for insiders buying. The earnings are up and down. Of course, it's probably following the same idea as MicroStrategy. Unlike Bit Digital, which its earnings were pretty much in line with increasing. But this one is interesting because it's so cheap. It's you could risk a little bit and possibly make a lot because it's $1.30 right now. So I think this one is at very baby stages. If it follows anything to do similarly with, Cipher or Clean Spark, you got some serious upside for $1.30. And we can take that one out just for a quick second. Oh, last thing I want to talk about this one was the parabolic look. So we dropped down a bit from those highs, right? So it looks like it's down, but we have this big jump up where Cipher is going to, and Bit Digital also is going. So the only one that's kind of stalling a little bit is the Clean Spark. But all four of these, keep an eye out on, put them on your watch list, and see where they're going to go because I love it. Let's look over real quickly over here at the Griffin, which is why I want to show you this one. It's not just because it's cheap. Look at the 4-hour time frame. We have this giant candle wick. This is not the whole candle. The wick is like right here. Or candle, I'm sorry. The wick goes all the way up and down to here. Before that, it was nothing. It was pretty much flat for months until it hit this giant volume and then a reduction down, and it kind of trickled back. You see the MACD just whoop whoop, just crazy. Why do I care though? Why am I showing you? Because this trend line tracked all the way over perfectly. I just ruined it. right, right to this one. See? I promise I didn't fake it. It's right there. It literally is perfect in to this line. And it's tracking along the bottom part. Now, I like it for its potentials because we're coming to that point soon. This week, it seems. If we have an upswing, an upside trend that hits this line, confirms, wait for the retest, and then keeps going, $1.29 by that point, let's see, we'll be at maybe $2 with the retest. Come on now. And look at this. Look at all of this MACD. It's green, green, green from the third week in June all the way through on the 4-hour chart. Like, this could be nice. And that's why I want to show you Griffin. And I believe, let's see, was there bit? I had one more I want to show the chart for. Man, I'm sorry. I don't know if it was bit. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was. Okay, real quick. Let's remove my computer down a little bit so I can see what's going on with the time frame. Let's see. So look at the 5-year on here. Right? I know we're going back a ways, right? But crypto does this. It goes in cycles. So you kind of have to look historically when it comes to crypto information. $30, $30. Granted, this was after 2020 COVID. This was the return. Everything was super low, so everything piled in. We had the stimulus checks. We had a really, a crashing economy on the rebound. So everything looked a lot sweeter now in comparison if you don't know what happened, right? But if you average this, 30, 20, 13, let's make an average of, let's just say 20, a nice middle point. What could it be? Let's do, we'll say, well, it's a little high. Let's go this middle resistance here. Let's do 1550 and whatever. We're just hypothetical guessing here. But look at this possibility. We have a potential for, what am I looking for here? I was looking for the price range, I guess. And we're right here. $13 upside. I did it backwards, so it's showing negative. But $13 upside, right? And with all of the advancing AIs, and this just takes one partnership, one boost of an AI product to turn this $2-ish, $3 stock, sub $5 stock into something that's 10, 15, 20 bucks. Look at Palantir, look at SoFi, look at Archer, look at BBAI was sub $3. Now it's over 7. It doesn't take long for these companies to figure something out quietly, and all of a sudden, boom, they're off to the races, and we've missed out. So keep this one on the radar. Bit Digital, Griffin, the Platinum, SBSW. There's a name for it. I forgot the name there. SBSW for Platinum or Rare Earth. You could watch BMNR. I mean, it's already super expensive, but it could be fun to watch to see what it does. I mean, people are buying into Tesla, Meta, and all those, and Microsoft, and they're at 400 something bucks. I know they're not the same. I'm just saying. CleanSpark, Cipher. Keep track of these because I think they're going to do something interesting for sure. Pause this video, go back, look at the ones we talked about, look at the charts, do your own due diligence, but it could be a very, very interesting scenario. I like these a lot. So that's it. Check us out in the Discord. Come on over. Link is in the bio. And in the description of this video. I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July, Independence Day here in America, USA. Everybody else, hope you had a great Friday. And I'll see you in the next video. I appreciate it. All right, have a great one. Stay safe. See you different day, different time. But all great stuff.
then watch me do it again. Tell 'em I can't take no loss. My team